With that, we'll get started. All right, some of you may be existing RealPro Systems clients, but for those who may be new, just a little introduction to RealPro Systems and who we are and what we do. We are the leading provider of websites and complete internet marketing systems exclusively for real estate professionals. We offer a range of products that can help you build and manage your real estate business wherever you may be in your career. So whether you're a new agent or maybe a more experienced agent or part of a team or a broker, we're able to provide all the tools you need, and we can grow with you in your career. So today we'll be talking about two proven and really powerful lead capture tools. These tools are part of the RPS Gold Plus system as well as the Platinum system, but for today we'll be focusing on the Gold Plus system. And those tools are the Smartphone IDX or MLS search tool, which is a buyer lead capture feature, and Automated CMA or comparative market analysis, which is a tool for capturing sellers. So the lead conversion process starts with step one, which is brand awareness. Here we're taking the initial steps to put ourselves in front of potential leads, which in your case is your buyers and sellers. The second step is to engage your audience and putting something in front of them that prompts them to interact. And then the third step is to bring your prospects to the forefront. So this is where we're able to set them apart from just being contacts and start to identify them as interested and qualified prospects that are most likely to become your clients. So the tools and system we'll be discussing today provides everything you need to cover all of these steps in the process and manage them along the way.
Hey, Tiffany, we're having some reports that some people cannot hear. If anyone can hear me, can you please just put in the questions if you can hear or not? Just do a little sound check real quick. Okay, one more time, if you can hear, can you please just put in the questions that you can hear us today?
The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Okay. Good morning. If anyone can hear us, go ahead and type into the question box there that indicates that you can hear us. We're having a little issue with our sound.
Yep.
We got it? Okay. So I'm going to do this. Let's get started. Okay, so some of you may be existing RealPro Systems clients, but for those of you who may be new, just a little introduction to RealPro Systems, who we are and what we do. We are the leading provider of websites and complete internet marketing systems exclusively for real estate professionals. We offer a range of products to meet your needs and to help you build and manage your real estate business wherever you may be in your career. Whether you're a new agent, a more experienced agent, or a part of a team or broker, we're able to provide all the tools you need and grow with you in your career. So today we'll be talking about two proven and really powerful lead capture tools. And these tools are part of the RPS Gold Plus system as well as the Platinum system. But for today we'll be focusing on the Gold Plus system. And those tools are the Smartphone IDX Search, which is a buyer lead capture tool, and Automated CMA, or comparative market analysis, which is a tool for capturing sellers. So the lead conversion process starts with step one, which is brand awareness. So here we're taking the initial steps to put ourselves in front of potential leads, which in your case is your buyers and sellers. The second step is to engage with your audience and putting something in front of them that prompts them to interact. And the third step is to bring your prospects to the forefront. So this is where you're able to set them apart from just being contacts and start to identify them as interested and qualified prospects that are most likely to become your clients. The tools and system we'll be discussing today provides everything you need to cover all of these steps in the process and manage them along the way. So the RealPro Systems Automated CMA, or Comparative Market Analysis, is one of the tools to attract potential sellers. So what you're looking at here is a sample of a stealth site with Automated CMA. For those of you who may not heard of the term stealth site, it's a website designed to be used as a tool or resource for the user without any obvious branding to any particular agent. This provides a less intimidating, less invasive environment for a potential seller so they can feel a little bit more comfortable about providing some basic lead capture information. Now again, this is just an example of one stealth site. These are completely customizable within our system. So it's a simple form. It has predictive text. So as users begin to type their address into the system, it'll actually begin to recognize the address and populate it for them. This makes it extremely easy to complete, which is key to capturing leads. It's a progressive form, so once they've entered their address, this form will appear that prompts them to correct any specific information about their home that may be different. These reports are actually generated from a county's database, so if there is any recent remodel or something that you've changed with the home that this might not make it completely accurate, this form will allow the user to validate that information for a more accurate estimate. They're then asked for some very basic information. You see here name, email, and phone number, and this information is what allows you to capture them as a lead, but it's also allowing them to register and receive a monthly automatic update of this report. What's really great about the way that this is presented to the user is the fact that, behind this box you can actually see the report. We call this a light box, but behind here you can actually start to see the report, so they know what information they can expect, and they can actually see the value of what you're going to be providing to them. Then once they provide the information, they can see the immediate results. So you'll see here, this is what the report looks like. The report gives them their estimate instantly. It provides a summary of their home, a neighborhood rating, map of the area, list of all other homes near them that have recently sold with side-by-side comparisons, and they can select any of those homes that may be similar to their own and then adjust. Perhaps they have the same floor plan or on the same street or neighborhood. This just allows them to select to adjust for a more accurate estimate. And one important thing you'll notice here at the top is a customizable feature that allows the user to reach out and contact you to get a professional analysis that may have them scheduling a personal visit or visiting their home so that it can be fully evaluated for an actual listing price. And as I mentioned before, when they register, they will receive a monthly report of this data. So it will always be most accurate, and they can watch and see the trends of what's happening in their neighborhood. Plus, now you have their address, their email address, and the other personal information that will start to allow you to incorporate them into your own engagement strategy. So whether that be a drip or a blast email, snail mail, phone call, or whatever you may be currently doing to reach out to your potential sellers. So the marketing of your automated CMA stealth site can be done in a variety of ways. Here you see an agent who's chosen to brand his site to him. This is a postcard that he sends out inviting people to sign up and get a monthly CMA report by registering from his website. This works well for well-established agents. He's a well-established agent in his area, so this works well for him to provide this really useful report as kind of a personalized service. And from there, he's able to capture them before they list. Here's an example of a print ad, which can be placed in a real estate section of your local newspaper, or perhaps a real estate book or publication. It's simply an advertisement of the stealth site URL. And this is a really great way to advertise this free, instant, and easy service. So you're just basically taking out an ad designed to reach your target audience offline and then bring them online to your stealth site. For the online audience, various sizes of banners or button ads can be placed in online publications, such as the real estate section of your newspaper's website, or perhaps another online source, such as this Homes and Land publication here. And you can see there's an ad here, and on this page we've got one here they're just a click away from getting their home CMA. Here's an example of a postcard that's been very successful, especially in light of the recent upswing in the market. There's a lot of people who've been kind of sitting on the fence for several years now, waiting until the market recovers a bit before they're willing to list their homes. So this is really a great message for those folks who want to see what the value of their house may be today. One of the ways that these can be sent is what we call every door direct mail, and that's a service of the U.S. Postal Service where they basically deliver to each mailbox in a targeted area. So maybe it's a sub-zip of an area or a small area within a city or neighborhood. And the value there is really that it's a significantly reduced postage price. Another way to send it would be by purchasing various mailing lists. You can target by all kinds of different information such as household data, household income, home value, and all other kinds of data that the county makes available as public record. Most professional print shops and mail houses in your area can assist you, and they can purchase your list, design, print, and mail all of your postcards all in one place. So we'll actually be including this postcard graphic as an editable publisher file as a bonus just for attending the webinars. So watch your email for that, and we'll include that. So now that we've covered the seller leads, we're going to get into the buyer lead generation and the features of Gold Plus, smartphone and mobile search using IDX. Buyers are looking for listings. That's usually where they start. So if you want to attract buyers, you've really got to provide them with listings. Most people start their search online, in fact 9 out of 10. And of those, over half are using mobile devices. That's smartphones, iPhones, Androids, iPads, tablets. They're all on these devices while they're searching for homes. So what does that mean? Well, really, that just means that you need to meet these potential buyers on their devices and really make sure you're giving them the best experience possible. To be competitive, you've really got to be able to provide them with the listings. Otherwise, you risk losing them to another agent or a competitor, perhaps a service provider such as Zillow or Trulia. And at the end of the day, you really just don't want to lose those leads. So before we get into the mobile features, I just want to talk briefly about the importance of having an integrated system, one that is distinctively different than just having listings on your website. So with integrated IDX from RealPro systems, you're going to save a lot of time and energy and eliminate a lot of extra steps involved that the system already does for you. So for those of you who may not be familiar with IDX, it's really just the technology that connects your website to the MLS in your area so your website can provide access to the MLS listings. So first, it'll automate the process of importing and updating all of your MLS listings. So you enter it just once into the MLS, and our system will pull it automatically and make it available on your website. So any price changes or modifications will only need to be made once and there's no duplicate entry. The second point is that all of the listings available through the MLS will be branded to you from your site. So rather than being branded to the listing agent, these show up as listings that are available through you on your website. RealPro Systems, we obviously do comply with all the MLS requirements and disclosures, but the presentation will incorporate your branding components. The third key point is the email home search stealth site integration. And we'll cover that in a little bit more detail next, but it's basically a buyer lead capture tool where buyers request to be contacted by email when specific homes that meet their search criteria become available. And this is all included as part of the IDX system. The fourth component is the lead synchronization between IDX and your RealPro Systems database. So when somebody registers from your website or your stealth site, it'll automatically import them into your RealPro Systems database. And then the fifth element is SEO, or search engine optimization. So with the integrated IDX, the content within the MLS is actually pulled to your site. So what this basically means is when somebody's searching for listings within the MLS, your site will appear as a resource for those listings. So one example may be that a user does a search for a specific address. They visited a home and they took down the address, so they go in and they search on Google for the address. Well, your site will actually show up in the results because you're able to provide the MLS listing from your website. So just in summary, IDX integrates all these things for you and there's no extra work or time involved. The IDX that RealPro Systems has to offer really is the latest in IDX technology. The flagship feature is mobile search with additional components that we'll talk about next, such as lead capture, customized search options with enhanced widgets, and greater SEO capabilities. This IDX system has some really nice tools around mobile. Again, so many users using their mobile devices for home search, having a mobile optimized search experience is really important. So what that means is that the user is that it is designed to be used on the mobile device. It responds to a user on a touch screen with commands such as tapping or finger scrolling, which is different than a site that can just be seen on a mobile device. This IDX has automatic lead capture on all devices, so capturing them as a lead from a simple form is much user-friendly experience. You really want to be able to capture these leads to be able to start to engage them and move them through becoming a client and through the sales cycle. It also allows you to control the trigger points to customize the moment at which you ask them to provide their information, as well as how you'd like them to provide it in order to continue. So a lot of agents are using what's called the delayed lead capture strategy, which provides an opportunity for them to customize how many listings a user can view before they're asked to register. So this way, they may be introduced to the information that they'll be able to access and see the value, and then they'll be more willing to exchange some basic information in order to view additional listings. So customizing the search experience allows you to set those custom settings on a per-page basis. So for example, maybe you have a page that features waterfront properties or maybe a distressed properties page. What this feature really allows is for you to control each page individually and set up the registration criteria specific to a page. So for example, you might require on a short sale listings page registration before they can see any listings at all. And maybe on a waterfront properties page, you might let them see 2 or 3 properties before they register. You can completely customize those. You can also change the layout of each page with just a click of a button, including the layout of the MLS search options and how they're displayed in the order. So there's also mapping options built in. This one here shows, that's shown is providing a walk score to a property. And this just shows the proximity to various amenities within an area. So it can be ranked very walkable to car dependent. And this really just allows the user to see before they go out and drive to the home, what's in the general area. IDX also has improved search engine optimization, which gives the user some basic short tab settings where they can manually type in the page URL, give the page a title and description, and enter some search keywords that really just helps the search engine find your pages when the criteria is matched. One of the strategies we recommend to our clients is using the address of each of the MLS listings in all of the fields shown here. And then that way, when a user is searching for a particular property based on the address, your site will actually show up in the search results. And of course, these users are people that you'd really like to capture because they're already a little bit further along in the buying cycle and have clearly expressed interest in a particular property. IDX also has a custom tool for polygon search page generation, and you basically can create a search page that's custom to an area based on its geography. So you can use a polygon of any shape that you'd like to feature an area that may not be specifically defined by MLS. So for example, you can create a page for a specific neighborhood maybe, or a subdivision, or a golf course, or just maybe an area that specifies tax district or some other criteria that's valuable to the user that may not be available in the MLS. This obviously also helps to overcome some of the MLS search field limitations that either may not be available or are left blank. This is also an SEO-friendly feature that you can control the URL and search engine optimization fields specific to this page. So if you're building a golf course page, let's say we'll call it the Oakway Golf Course area, you can fine-tune the URL to actually say Oakway Golf Course Real Estate, and then fine-tune the content of the page to contain the phrase or words Oakway Golf Course Real Estate. And then, of course, all of the listings from your polygon will be searchable by users that are looking for Oakway Golf Course Real Estate. And when everything's consistent with your SEO strategy, that's when you get the best results, and this tool really provides that consistency. So now we're just going to talk about a couple of widgets. IDX allows you to build widgets, and with these you can provide a much more user-friendly experience that really lets the user engage with your website. So we have some standard widgets. First one here is the Quick Home Search widget, where users just enter in an area, a price range, number of bedrooms, bathrooms, and then they can get started really easily with their search. And these are generally found right on the home page or a sidebar so that they're easy to see and interact with. There's also the Property Player widget, and this is a place where you can highlight specific homes you've listed, or maybe they're your newest listings, or perhaps they're those that have just been reduced, or feature all of the homes in the MLS with specific features that you've selected. This basically is just a slideshow of those listings, and it's great for community pages or a neighborhood page where you just want the content to feature the area, but you also want to just put the listings right in front of them. So the user then can just click on any of these images and see all the details of the MLS listing. IDX also supports a new account sign-up widget. So any user that comes to your site who would like to create an account where they can save searches and favorite specific listings, they can do that with this widget here. This can then help them to receive daily alerts that will be sent in an email when listings that meet their search criteria become available. So when they go in and they favorite a listing, they can track price changes and other things that might be happening with a property over time. And then the last widget here is our newest widget. It's our map-based search widget. And this is a fully interactive map that you can place on any page on the website, and it allows the users to interact with the map. So they can zoom in and zoom out, and they can really drag it around and see exactly where they want. And then all of these widgets are what are called dynamic. So there's nothing that needs to be updated. They're just always going to pull the latest and most updated information from the MLS feed and make it available. So now I'm going to give you a real-world example of how you can use mobile search to drive offline traffic back online where you can capture leads and engage with them. So in this photo here, you'll see above the for sale sign, you'll see what's called a sign writer here. When potential buyers are out viewing drive-by listings, this can be put right in front of them that promotes smartphone or mobile search of the MLS. So perhaps they've stopped to look at a home and it isn't quite in their price range or doesn't have the features that they're exactly looking for. But by having this search option right in front of them, you can easily capture buyer leads. So here there's a URL as well as a QR code where all they need to do is just pull out their smartphone or tablet and go right to your site where they can start their search. So then when they get there, there's actually a Find Me button. So if they have their GPS enabled, it'll show them all the listings right in their general area and in proximity to them. And because there's lead capture built in, now you can ask them to register and start to begin the process of communicating with them and putting listings in front of them that meet their search criteria. So you've made it really easy to buy from you. And here's a better image of the sign writer graphic. This is a completely customizable graphic, and so when I send out the recording for this webinar, I'll also include this as an editable publisher file. So you can take this to any local printer or sign provider, and you can have that edited for you and produced for your use. So we talked a little bit about marketing your CMA stealth site earlier, and many of those same marketing tactics will work well with your mobile IDX search. Here you'll want to include your URL on all of your mailings and your ads, and here is just an example of a flyer, a postcard for an open house that you'll see here is also promoting the stealth home search site right here. Pay-per-click marketing, such as Google AdWords shown here, or other online advertising where you're setting a budget and it'll serve impressions, but you're only paying for the clicks until your budget is reached. These here are examples, the ones that have ad right next to them. Those are basically examples of pay-per-click, where these advertisers are only paying for the clicks that they acquire. And the same goes for Facebook. This is an example of a Facebook ad here, where you have it's also a pay-per-click, and here's a close-up. Facebook actually can target by geographic area, interest, age, marital status. Basically any of the information that a user provides in their profile can be targeted, and then you're only charged for the clicks. So you can send them again right to your self search site. You can also promote your search site on your flyers and in any other real estate publications you may be already advertising in. This here in the middle is a QR code, and this is just basically a graphic that's coded to a particular web page. So when this is scanned with a smart device, it'll immediately send them online, to your website. So if you're advertising a newspaper or any other printed publication, if they have a smart device, they can just click. They can scan that and search instantly. And then, of course, there's also print and online ads. Similar to what we've covered in the marketing for your automated CMA site, you can place print and online ads in the same types of real estate publications and newspapers, just driving traffic to your home search. So this is an example here at the top of a banner ad on the Seattle Times website in the real estate section that a user can just click and go right to your stealth site from. And here's a dashboard view of all the leads captured from your stealth websites. And so as you can see, the system just puts them all in one place. So now we've talked about generating seller leads with the automated CMA, and we've also talked about the buyer side of lead generation, which is the mobile search with the IDX feature. And both of these features are bundled as part of a complete system, which is RPS Gold Plus. So I'm just going to walk through a few of some of those other tools that are part of the Gold Plus system. The RPS Gold Plus system, it really provides you with a complete web marketing system. It includes your main website. It includes a mobile website, which again is optimized for mobile, so it provides the best mobile experience. It includes tools for social media and a blog. Integrated IDX PT, which again provides the mobile search capability for your home search stealth site. There's also the home value stealth site, which is where automated CMA is featured. And then a couple of things we'll talk about now, which are the system's ability to show feedback and to send RPS video mail. And we'll talk a little bit about those features in just a minute. But the system's back office includes automatic lead import and lead management, as well as automated follow-up system and tools for video management. So I'm just going to go over a couple of these features briefly. So first is your main website. And of course, we build all of our clients' websites. Your RPS site is customized, branded to you, but it's also important that you drive traffic to your site. So by putting any listing in the MLS, you're going to be driving traffic to your site. This is an example of how you can use the MLS data feed pages to drive traffic back to your website. So here is a screenshot, and that's showing here that 80,500 pages are indexed through Google on this website. So what that really means is that there's a combination of pages that the agent has created, as well as pages that were generated from the MLS, and all of those are picked up by the search engine. So a lot of these actually come from the IDX Search. And what we're really doing here is just putting all of those MLS listings to work for you on your personal website. So we've talked about the lead capture tool available on your website, and that's where you would drive traffic there where you can capture those leads. If users are on a mobile device, it's really important to make sure that you're giving them the best experience and one that's designed specifically for the device they're using. So here you'll see a mobile-friendly site. It works, but it may contain some elements that are not as easy to use with a touch screen. So some of those complex drop-down menus, for example, and some of the other features are hard to do with a touch screen, and often you have to pinch and zoom to read the content. Here is a mobile optimized version. It's thumb friendly, so it's going to be sized for the device. It has scrolling that's just going to be up and down, so there's no left to right scrolling, and you won't need to pinch and zoom to see all of the material. It's a much better way to display information on a device. And of course, it has great mobile search and lead capture built in. Within Gold Plus, we also have our stealth sites, which we've talked briefly about. We have the seller's automated CMA stealth site, shown here on the left. And then we also talk about our home search stealth site, which incorporates the mobile search lead capture, where the user would register to see listings. And this shown here is a lead capture form known as our email home search, which allows users to enter in home search criteria and then receive email alerts when the MLS listings match what they're looking for. So, but what stealth sites really are basically they're sites that are lightly branded or unbranded to the agent. They offer a free service to users. They offer instant and immediate results by requiring a configurable lead capture form. So again, someone visits a stealth site because they want to see the value of the home, or they want to do an MLS search. and then they provide information in order to generate those results. So it's a great non-invasive way for a user to give you their information so that you can begin to reach out to them. Within Gold Plus, we also have tools that help you consolidate your leads from all of your different sources. So over 38 are supported. So we understand most agents have a multitude of sources from which they gather their leads. So what Gold Plus will do is it will automatically import all of those, and they'll let you manage all of those from one place. This happens automatically, and it's all included, no extra cost. So once you have your leads, whether they were generated from Gold Plus or from any of your other 38 sources, Gold Plus has the tools to let you follow up with those leads. We have an email blast tool where you can send emails either individually, or you can set up a group of leads that you want to categorize and email blast them. Then every email that you send is going to be branded to you on your own stationery, and that's just a reflection of your brand, and it can be designed within the style elements of your website. You can also compose and send emails individually or use the pre-written drip campaigns that come with the system. So they're set to be sent out on a schedule, but you can modify that schedule and set it to whatever schedule you'd like. You can also customize the content, and it's very specific, make that very specific to you and your area. And you can route from each source and which campaign that lead source will receive. So you can see here a couple of examples of how you can categorize your leads. You have here your for sale by owner buyers and sellers, and you can basically cater the messaging to their interests and then the type of lead that they are, and choose how you want to engage with them. One of the really great tools with the Gold Plus system is the RPS video mail. So as you can imagine, having video featured in your emails increases the open rates by 2 to 3 times, and this is extremely effective. So this integrates with your YouTube channel, so you can include any video you'd like and embed it right within the email. So then when a user clicks on the email, when they click on the video link in the email, they're going to see it from a page on your website where they can engage with all the other tools that you have to offer. And what's really nice about this feature is that you can include any video on YouTube just by adding it to your channel as a favorite. So it does not have to be your own created video. You can find any video on YouTube, favorite it, and then pull it into your library. And then RPS video mail is really great for blast or drip campaigns, and you have a control panel that makes it really easy to set up. And the last feature we'll talk about is the showing feedback feature, which Gold Plus has, that lets the market speak for itself. So these are great tools that allow you to send out a showing feedback request to anybody who has recently viewed a home. And because you're getting honest feedback from home buyers and potential buyers who are likely seeing a lot of similar homes, this can be really helpful to address some of the things that may be keeping the home from selling. So for example, maybe you've listing's been sitting on the market for a while, and the seller, they really want their home to be priced where it's at and where they believe it should be, and which isn't always what the market is indicating. So if you're seeing that in the feedback consistently indicating that the home is overpriced, you can take that information to the seller, and this will really help you to have that conversation that perhaps they may need to consider dropping the price to sell. It shows comments that people have made and other information relevant to the condition of the home and how it may be comparing to other similar listings. And it also has a great feature that will notify, down here you can see, that will notify other agents that may have shown it if there's any price changes or reduction. And so it's a nice little report that just helps the market speak for itself. So in summary, RPS Gold Plus, it's the complete system. It features Automated CMA and the Smartphone IDX Search. Through these tools, you can generate leads through the buyer and seller self sites. These are powerful lead generators that allow lead capture by providing users with something that they want in exchange for the information needed to communicate with them. And you provide it to them easily and instantly. Gold Plus gives you the tools to engage visitors on your website and keep you top of mind as they're going through the decision-making process of either buying or selling a home. By communicating with them, you're obviously reminding them that you're there, but you're also giving them plenty to engage with. So when you get a lead that registers, you can start the process through drip emails and other means of communicating with them. Gold Plus also puts the tools all in one place so that you can manage all of your leads, both from your RPS system as well as the over 38 different external sources that are automatically imported into one system. And ultimately, all these tools work together within a system to provide the essential function of converting more sales. So again, RealPro Systems, we've got several options to meet your needs with our systems that are scalable to you and your career. Today we talked about the features of Gold Plus, and those are obviously also included with RPS Platinum. And if you're a team or part of a team or a broker, I definitely would encourage you to check out our Platinum webinar. We're going to be hosting that on July 23rd at the same time, 10:30 Pacific, 1:30 Eastern. And I'll be sending out a link to follow up with the recording of this that will have our schedule of all of our upcoming webinars as well. So next steps. If you already have Gold Plus and you just want the IDX PT upgrade, which is the mobile search upgrade, just give our client care representatives a call. The number is 541-743-8500. If you already have an RPS system, maybe silver or gold, but you want to upgrade to Plus or IDX, go ahead and just give our sales consultants a call. That number is 743-8510. And if you're new to RealPro Systems, again, give our sales consultants a call, 541-743-8510, and they can give you a complimentary consultation and schedule a demo and really see what your next steps should be. So with that, I think Nick and I are ready to take some questions.
All right, so we do have a few questions here. If you have any questions that you're thinking of, just go ahead and put them in the questions box and I'll answer them here for everyone. The first question is about the cost. They want to know how much the Gold Plus system costs. And so the Gold Plus system, the standard setup is $15.95 and the monthly is $160, and that would include all of the tools we talked about today that are in Gold Plus, and including the IDX and the Automated CMA tools that we talked about today. Another question we got, will any of these tools work with my existing website? And the answer to that is yes. If you have a RealPro site, you just need the Gold Plus upgrade, we can do that for you. And then once you get the Gold Plus upgrade, you will get access to the IDX tools, the Automated CMA tools, and all of the Gold Plus tools we talked about today. If you're talking about an existing website that's not with RPS, the answer to that is no. You would need to switch over to our platform to get access to all of the tools that we offer. And then another question I got was, where does the CMA data come from and how accurate is it? I think Tiffany mentioned it's from public county tax data for all of the data for the Automated CMA tool. And the question about accuracy, so it depends. We've had areas where it's very accurate. I would say in most areas it is very accurate. But there are some areas that are non-disclosure, either counties or states. And if you happen to be in a non-disclosure state, the accuracy sometimes is a little bit off. And so if you're in a non-disclosure state, you can actually take the Automated CMA stealth site for a test run with your sales rep, and they can actually show you the system. You can plug in some addresses, and you can see how accurate it is in your area. It's probably the best way to go about that. But yeah, just contact the sales rep. Tiffany gave the number. It's on your screen still, and we'd be happy to demo that for you. It looks like that's all the questions that we have, so thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks everybody for joining us today. And if you think of any additional questions, feel free to just give us a call or send us an email, and we'll be sure to get those answered for you. Thanks again.